All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this video is a little bit of an interesting one. All right, look, as a human, as an individual, like the guy behind this microphone speaking to you right now, right? Like I like to consider myself a good person. All right, I truly wish good things for others. It's why I'm making these videos, right? This is a little bit of a messed up video, right? Because we're here trying to make some money on some really horrible things going on in the world. All right, so it's HUBC. We're going to talk about CEI and Indo. I think INDO. I don't remember if it was INDO or IMP. I think it's IMPP. Sorry. Maybe I'll do both of them. We'll see. Look, there are war fears in the Middle East. All right, this is not about politics at all, but the U.S. president just gave a bunch of jets and stuff to Israel, right? Like there are Iran rumors starting to go around, Iran rumors, right? Like there are there's obviously a lot going on. There's a lot, and it's messed up, and it's a horrible thing, just human to human, right? But there is a very real quote in the market that says when there's blood on the streets, there's money to be made. All right. And I don't use that quote to say buy the fear, right? Like a lot of people use that as like a average down, buy the fear. No. When there's blood on the streets, there's money in the pockets because war is the most profitable thing. It's the most messed up thing to say, but like a single jet costs billions, right? Like there's not a lot of things in the world where one unit sold is a what 3, 6, 9 figure number, right? Like it 10 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, it's a 10-digit number. Like that's incredible, right? So again, I in a lot of ways don't like making this video, but hey, end of the day, right? Like I'm not judging how you make money. I hope you're not judging how I make money. We're just trading 3-letter, 4-letter, 5-letter things, right? So my kind of overall disclaimer on this video, all right? But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online, comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here, giving me your time, I'm so grateful for it, all right? So let's get into it. And look, HUBC, all right, this is a security company based in Israel, all right? And again, I will be very honest with you. I have absolutely no idea what they do. I have absolutely no idea what their market share is, if they've got big contracts. I know nothing about them. All right. As I zoom out, I clearly see a SPAC. I mean, get out of here. This thing was at 100 when it came out. Get out of here. Was there a reverse split? There was a 1-for-10 reverse split. So this was 10 at some point. They did a 1-for-10 reverse split. That's why it takes it up there. But this is a SPAC that went horribly, wrong, right? I don't know how else to say it. So just looking at the charts, I got to believe a little bit that, this isn't the, I don't know about the company's fundamentals, right? Like it doesn't look good based on the chart, all right? This 70-cent line, listen, this 70-cent line was relevant before the reverse split. I don't want you to look at this video. I don't want you to see this line. I don't want you to think, oh man, this dude had a line and knew that it was going to bounce from here to here. No, that is not the fact, okay? That line was here pre-split. Now, I've said this before, and when a reverse split happens, my assumption is it's going to go back to where it was. Actually, same with the forward split, right? A forward split brings a high number down. I'm always assuming it's going to go back up to it, right? Walmart just did one. There was another one or two. And I know Google and Amazon did them not that long ago. Like forward splits are beautiful. Reverse split, I always believe you're going to go back down to where you were. I do. Same thing. And That was a relevant line, and hey, lo and behold, there kind of was an important one here, but I don't believe it had anything to do with this line at all, right? So that's why I'm at least giving the disclaimer that, like, hey, I didn't add that before I recorded this, but don't believe that, like, I hit this and thought to myself, oh yes, this is the point, and blah blah blah. No, 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 no. Okay, I don't believe any technicals really, you know, had anything to do with it. I do believe what happened was the headlines, and there is war. There is a war in the Middle East right now, right? Like, Israel is invading, and like that has not stopped. All right, there have been other countries that are helping Palestine. There are now concerns that Iran. I've heard that Iran might attack the U.S. Right? Like, I'm not even here to spread rumors and stuff, right? But like, there are some crazy rumors that I'm starting to read, and all that really says is, hey, some security company in Israel might do all right. And I think that's all that's happening here. And I don't want to say that's all, like it's a little thing, all right? It's a big thing potentially, because look, just looking at the charts, this is a stock that actually knows how to do some crazy rides and drops. Look, this thing has made big moves on the same exact fears, all right? This is not the first time we're worrying about this, right? So, you know, this is one of those things where, again, there are some people, hey, I love it. It makes me smile when you think to yourself, you know what, this is too evil to trade. I'm telling you, I've heard the same thing about weed stocks. I've heard the same thing about tobacco and alcohol, you know, firearms, like Smith & Wesson, you could trade that, but some don't, right? Like, there's a beauty to not, right? But hey, again, I'm not here judging. And again, I'm not even here saying I'm above or below doing any of that myself, right? So, what I'm seeing is a stock that actually does know how to get over the 50 and make a peak to the 100, actually doing a little better the next time, breaking the 50 and making a little bit run over, right? So maybe we actually can make a move to about here. Damn, that's the, whoa, get out of here. No, no, no. Okay, so get out of here. Where's this at? Okay, that's my first line, but obviously I look, I'm going to delete it, but that's where I wanted to draw my first line. You can see that's already the 200 moving average, so that's an irrelevant line right now, right? Like, this line matters more than that little white one I just drew. I promise you that, right? But I think 234 is actually a decent target to put on this if we can break the 100 moving average that's sitting at 181. You can even make 181 the immediate target, and then 234 the next one, right? In this entire 144 to 234, all I see is nothing, 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 nothing. Even here you can say red, 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 green, 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 but I'm really just nothing, nothing. That's just red, 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 red. That could be an interesting green, green, green. Listen, I do not have 200 moving average dreams right now. I don't. I think it's very, very, very wild dreams to have 300. Yes, you know my videos. If you break the 100, you're going to go to the 200, right? But right now, I'm like, slow and steady is not a bad thing. And again, if we can go from $1.50 to almost $2.50, you're adding $1 on a stock that only has one, right? So this is an interesting channel. That's a super difficult line, right? So I think 234 is the most aggressive, but just look at it, right? What's behind that 234? My goodness, red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 right? Like, I very easily could draw the next line right there, but again, I think that purple line is the highest you for sure should think. I don't even think you should go above 234, because again, that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful percentage if we make that, all right? Volume's big, all right? Okay, let's go back 3 trading days. Let's go back to this Wednesday right here. Wednesday's volume, you can see the second to last box down there, was only 430K. All right. The next day we go all the way up to almost 20. We 40x volume. All right. We then go another 5x up to almost 100, right? Basically, just a little more than 90, right? What's volume going to look like on Monday? All right. The lowest this can go, I want to say, is 67. I'm all right with 67. It's a little less than a full third loss, right? So if I'm looking for 67 million shares traded on a single day in a 7-hour trading day, give me about 10 in the first, 20 in the second hour. Give me 20 million shares by that second hour, and I'm going to start to believe that there's some things that might happen. All right. Otherwise, listen, you can't assume that we're going to break the 100. All right. So on a good move, this thing's coming to 180. All right, I think that's a real fair target. On a bad move, this is coming down to 125. Maybe even lose 125 and come all the way down to 115. I think a move to 180 or 115 makes a bunch of sense. It's going to make a big move up and big down. I haven't even talked about it, but looky, that's a big doji, right? This candle this Thursday breaks 2 moving averages. We definitely doji above the 100, above the 50, but doji never counts. All right, doji never counts. So I'm this uncertainty. Some people thought we were going to break the 100. Some thought no, we're going to come back to the 50. We should see the truth on Monday. I don't care that after hours went down either. All I'm still seeing is the same doji basically still actually over the 144 support, right? And I don't even care about after hours at all, but 180, 115, I think that's where I end this right here. Where's the weekly at? Oof. 173. 173, 180 on the high side. What's the 8 moving? Oh, look at that. The 8 moving average is at 115. Exactly. I think the weekly numbers very, very much echo the daily numbers. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Hey, I appreciate you so much. Let's take a look at CEI. All right. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe, if you can please share, it does wonders with these algorithms. All right. So I'm going to zoom back. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is the view. Okay. 2 interesting things to say. All right. Obviously, I zoomed back all the way just to look at the 100 moving average. And arguably, I can keep zooming out because let's be honest, those aren't even that beautiful of candles, right? This was a big volume on Friday, but hey, it's actually nowhere near the biggest. And it's actually relatively in that cluster of decent normal big days, right? And obviously that's an outlier. Like this line of volume is an outlier, but we've seen this level of outlier and more actually, right? So that's an interesting note. I actually do want to keep zooming out. Okay, listen. Since the existence of this line back in 2018, I think it's very fair to say we have been completely under the 100 moving average. All right. This blue line is very, very easy to see. Very, very easy to see because there's barely any candles over it. And hey, there's maybe a couple moments where it's over it. But again, we're talking from 2018 through the first quarter of 2024. All right. So this is a pretty irrelevant little nothing. All right. So that's a really, 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 really difficult line. All right. What did we do on Friday? Hey, we broke that line. All right. And seemingly on no news. Okay. And hey, there's actually been a nice little uptick going. And my working theory is there's a lot of Middle East fears right now. All right. As much as everyone wants to talk about EVs, everyone wants to say there's going to be like 60%, 70%, 80% EVs in the market by this year, that year, the other year after. Listen, we run on oil. All right. Like we run on oil. And when the place that produces most of the oil in the world is having some turbulent moments, for lack of words, you got to imagine things are going to happen to oil, right? And hey, I'll be honest, look, this is a really dumb sentence to say. I'm going to say it, I'm going to caveat it after, but I'm starting to see oil prices actually go up in my neighborhood, all right? And I have personally lost a lot of money in oil because I tried to connect my gas prices going up a couple cents to the stock of oil. I don't think that has anything to do with it. However, I think this rumbling in the Middle East is, and again, when you have that's a big candle. And look, I'm not trying to get too excited on a single candle, right? Because, it's confirmation. That's king across my videos. But we actually are riding the 8 and the 20. We slip, but we now use the 50. We use the 50 as support, and we go again. As easy as it was to bash about that blue line, look, that red line ain't no joke either. We've we've pretty much been under that red 50 moving average almost just as long as that 100. But the moments we lose, I mean, we pass them, we kind of pass them both, right? So like, that's just an interesting thing to back pocket, right? But man, there's decent reason. Wow, get out of here. That's there? Okay. Where is that? Wow, that's not even that much further. All right, I got to draw my line right there. Goodness, there's a real D, and I wanted to draw it higher. I did, but anywhere else I draw it, we're pretty much talking about the 200 moving average, so it's kind of an irrelevant line, right? Are we over this? I'm just curious. Have we broken? Oh my goodness, we did. So between this 22 cents and 30, all I see is nothing. And then red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. We might see a fast green, green, green at 30. We're talking about adding 10 cents on a stock that only has 2 cents. That's a near 50% move right there. All right. We've got the MACD, we've got the RSI, both with a beautiful divergence. Green wants to go up and go away from the red. Divergence just means two lines go away. I like the green line going away from the red line. They're both saying it, and that's why I use both of these in conjunction, right? And again, let's start breaking that. Volume is king for my fellas. Volume is queen for my ladies out there, right? And when you're expecting 3 million shares and you 5x it, that's called breaking the 50-day average of volume, right? So there's a lot to like on this daily, all right? We can easily come back down to maybe 21 or 20, but hey, you're talking about maybe a 10% loss to maybe hit a 50%, you know, I'm not here to say buy, sell, hold. You're never going to hear those words from me, but you know, that's not a bad risk reward right there, right? So just things to consider, right? But I am liking this daily. Look, I think the weekly is just as struggling as the, man, I really wanted, I should have, let me just delete these lines. That's just OCD right here. I don't think OCD is the word, but pet peeve, I don't know, it's just not that pretty. Let's delete those lines. Clearly, those lines mattered before we did a 1 for 50 reverse split on this thing, right? So, look, I mean, those same struggles I talked about on the daily chart are here, right? Like, we're basically under the 20 and the 50 the entire time. We've actually never, I mean, maybe a little bit, right? But like, we've basically never been over that 100 moving average since 2019, right? Like, we've literally never been anywhere near, right? So this ain't easy. But yeah, I see a lot of red, 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 green, green, green. This is only the first time we've actually been over the 20, so it's very, very aggressive to think to yourself 20 go to the 50, right? But hey, we at least need this. We at least need 25, maybe 26 cents by next Friday. This coming Friday. If we can get to 26 cents on Friday, that's going to make me think the following Friday we'll probably get to 30. Because that'll confirm and then we'll go, right? Like MACD here is getting near that positive. RSI here is actually looking good. Volume's looking like this is a nice weekly chart right here, right? So CEI could be an interesting play actually, to say the least. So check this one out. Let me know your thoughts, even if you disagree. I'm telling you, I'm not here pretending I know it all. I for sure do. I'd live in a far nicer place if I did, all right? I think I wanted to look at IMPP. I always get, this is the one I wanted to look at. All right. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe, if you can please share this video, it does wonders for the algorithms, all right? So, look, I know you see that it's over these three right here, right? The 8, the 20, and the 50, but if I zoom out just a little bit more, we are over all 5 moving averages, all right? And in a lot of ways, this one broke all 5, but kind of didn't fly. Look, I've had, I don't remember the last time I covered IMPP, but if you go back, I got to assume those 2 lines are there. I don't think those were very new lines. This thing got over, but couldn't fly because it was held on some resistances, all right? It was held on just a very, very tight channel. I think I'll draw the next channel up, because I'm going to have to anyways. It's probably that. I think that's way too low. Maybe in between that would have been better. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take it to there. I like that more. Okay. Goodness, that's kind of it, actually. Yeah, I think 425, 424 is where I drew the line. Again, that line ain't perfect, right? Good enough is a beautiful thing. It smells like this thing wants 420. Like, look at this thing, right? Red, green, red, green, red, green. Like this looks hungry. We are positive MACD. We have a beautiful RSI. Man, RSI was ripping not that long ago. And look, in this entire, damn, this stock's been actually killing it for a quick minute. Wow, I took my eyes off IMPP. We really haven't seen a beautiful string of volume. We haven't, right? There was obviously this crazy dump that brought us down there, right? But oh man, can you imagine us over all 5 moving averages and destroying the 50-day? Oh my gosh. I like all 3 of these. I like this up here. That's a beautiful daily. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going to just move the line. This is the line that matters. That's the line that matters. I'm going to redraw the other one up there because I do want that one. No, we're not going to redraw it. It's the bottom of that. That's it. That's our... Listen, I still think that 425 is the number. I think... All right, let me kind of gather my thoughts here. So this weekly is going to be a hard resistance. We've literally never touched that line, right? It just became in existence. Sorry, zoom in and out so poorly. Just got created in November, right? This stock has not been around for 200 weeks, and it's barely been around for 100 weeks, right? If we... I wish the RSI was just a little lower on the weekly, but yeah, this 390 is going to be a test. If we smash it, oh man, I don't even know if I should draw my next line here. And that's 8. That's way too much. That's 5. I'll do that. Since I brought down my 425 line to under 4, the next line up is 5. And I think that's what we're hunting on the daily. I like that right there. Hey, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Oh, I appreciate you so much.